Hello, students. Welcome to another institutional spotlight series hosted by Careers 360. Today, in the spotlight is the School of Engineering Sciences SRM-AP, and we have with us Professor V Tomy, who is the Dean of School of Engineering and Sciences and also a faculty member in the Department of Physics at SRM-AP. Professor V Tomy is a distinguished physicist and academic leader who has held several prominent positions in leading institutions. He has also been a senior research fellow at the University of Warwick, UK, and an Alexander von Humboldt research fellow at the University of Cologne, Germany, contributing significantly to research and academic leadership in physics. He has earned his PhD from the Tata Institution of Fundamental Research, Bombay, in 1984 after completing an MSc in physics from IIT Madras in 1982 and a BSc in physics from the University of Calicut. A warm welcome to you, sir. Thank you for coming on board.
Thank you.
My first question would be, you have 10 departments in SEAS. Could you briefly describe the focus areas of each one of them?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for this meeting. We have, as you said, we have 10 departments in the School of Engineering and Sciences, and it is 5 science departments and 5 engineering departments. And all the faculty in these departments have PhDs, which means that they have already working in research, and hence we have many research areas which the faculty are working. Again, research areas depend upon the faculty and which field they are working in. Now, if I take the departments like engineering department, if I start with the civil engineering department, yes, of course, civil engineering department, they are working on structural and construction engineering, geotechnical engineering, water resource engineering, environmental engineering, transportation engineering, including drone applications in civil engineering. And if I go to CSE department, one of the biggest departments, the faculty or the research areas in which faculty are working are artificial intelligence and machine learning. They use this technique to do research in healthcare, business modeling, and image processing, to tell a few. Big data analytics and large language models, cybersecurity, distributed cloud computing, Internet of Things. The electrical and electronics engineering department, which everybody knows as EEE, they do research in technologies for different industries such as smart power generation, transmission, distribution, energy efficient systems using robotics, e-transportation, healthcare industry, and most importantly, renewable energy and smart mobility. Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, which typically we call it as EC department. The faculty work in research areas like embedded systems, IoT, VLSI design, advanced communication system, including 6G, photonics, advanced signal processing with AML, health engineering, biomedical engineering, and even now we have semiconductor technology. Mechanical engineering, yes, of course, there are faculty working in fluid dynamics with its application in aerospace, automotive technologies, robotics, manufacturing, thermal engineering, and energy engineering. Now, if I come to the science departments, I'll start with the biology. Yes, of course, biology has drug delivery systems, computational biology, genomics, molecular biology, and microbiology, to tell a few. Chemistry is divided into 3 basically: organic, inorganic, physical chemistry, in which people are working on energy storage materials, nanomaterials and nanochemistry, thermoelectric materials and molecules, computational chemistry, supramolecular chemistry, and battery management. Mathematics, yes, people are working in pure and applied mathematics, including data science and industrial mathematics, number theory and cryptography, probability and statistics, harmonic analysis. And the physics department, they are working in advanced materials and device physics, laser physics and photonics, theoretical high energy physics, computational physics, and soft matter physics. We have another department called environmental science and engineering, which is border between the science and engineering. There also they have many faculty working in the what is most needed for everyday sustainability of the environment, like waste management, e-waste, urban mining, climate change and atmospheric sciences, etc. So these are the 10 department and the research areas. I have only mentioned a few, but all details will be available in our website, either in the department website or the faculty website.
I just asked that because students, when they start off with their career in engineering, at least a step into engineering, they have no idea of how many things actually constitute any department, and there is so much to do and learn. My next question is like, how many B.Tech specializations are there? How are students guided if they need any guidance? If there is availability of guidance for them to select any one of them.
Okay,
Uh,
till last year, we used to admit students in B.Tech in core, means as in the for example, civil engineering or electronics and communication engineering. We never used to admit them through any specializations. But since last year, at least the CSC department, a few specialization students are directly admitted, like AI and ML, cybersecurity and data science. And we have two special industry-oriented programs called AI and Future Technologies, Product Engineering with AI. These are the directly specialization subjects in CSC, which we admit the students. Also, we admit students with the CSC. And then other engineering programs, students are allowed to join the department. And after the first 2 years, okay, when they go through all the core subjects, we help them to choose their specialization so that now they know that okay, when they come inside they may not be very aware of the specializations, but in the first 2 years, by interacting with the faculty, interacting with their seniors, interacting with their peers, they know their potential and the passion, and we allow them to choose the specialization, and we offer the specializations whichever they are actually asking for. Just to give some example, civil engineering, already I said that people can even go to structural construction engineering, even drone applications. All the available specializations with the faculty are there. And if I go to CSC, those students who are joining only CSC, not with a specialization, still they can choose the specializations like artificial intelligence and machine learning, big data analytics, cyber security, distributed cloud computing, Internet of Things. And we say that in triple E, that is electrical and electronics engineering, we give specialization in renewable energy and smart mobility. Communication, EC department gives embedded systems and IoT, VLSI design, advanced communication systems, advanced signal processing with the AML. And the EC department has one more program called B.Tech in microelectronics and semiconductors, that they join into that program, which we have started last year, where they specialize in IC design and fabrication. And if I go to the mechanical engineering department, they have two specializations in additive manufacturing and robotics and automation. These specializations are given by the department by looking at what are the current trends actually. Okay. So maybe in 1 year time, if something else have come, okay, then there will be a specialization or the electives offered to the students so they can get specialized in that particular area also before looking for a job or going for higher studies or whatever may be their future. So the specializations which I have said are the one they can come here, choose, and then take that particular specialization.
So, what is the eligibility that is the, or what is the criteria that the university has set up for engineering applicants?
See, the first eligibility for engineering department is that they should have our flagship the admission test, which is called the SRM-JE. So they should have taken that particular test, and based on the rank in that SRM-JE, they are admitted in the engineering programs. But a few students with the diversity, means those who are from far, means outside the state, has also option to join using their JE rank, but very few, that is called the diversity seats. And In addition to that one, we have put an eligibility that they should have first class in their 12th standard. And there are something like PCM or PM, physics, maths, minimum marks are also there in some of the engineering departments. Whereas if you go to the science department, there are no admission tests. They can directly apply based on their 12th mark. They are shortlisted. Then there is a small interaction with the faculty to appraise them of about the department, and they are selected that. The only admission test which we take directly without any test or interview in sciences are if it is the national test, which is the CUET. If they are qualified in that exam, they can apply for any of the science departments.
Do you also take AP state entrance test score quota also? Or do you have something like that for
Yeah, yeah.
students?
At present, yeah, the AP state there is which we call it as a convener quota. So that students are directly given by the AP state government through their entrance examination. Whoever is qualified and has given SRM-AP as their choice, they are also admitted. It is around 30% of the seats are filled through that particular test also.
Right. Okay, sir. So and my next question was about the entrance test, but you have just answered that. So how do you think these B.Tech courses that are offered by the institute, how do they stand out from the others, in your
Okay,
opinion?
so first of all, we form the curriculum in such a way that, we typically say that, especially engineering, I'm saying, it is industry ready. But at the end of the day, we cannot prepare every curriculum because there are so many industries available, and we don't want to prepare students with so many industry in mind or something like that. So we give a very good domain knowledge to all the students, and one of the things which we do is something called an experiential learning, which means that for every core subjects, we allow them practicals, lab components also, so that whatever they learn in the class, they can go to the lab and experience it, so that it becomes much more easier for them to understand what we are talking in the class. And that also gives them an edge when they go for any industries or something like that, because they have been to a good lab, because we have the state of the art lab for teaching as well as very good excellent research labs also. So other thing is that we allow them to take research small projects. All the faculty encourage them to take small projects or various options given to the students to go to the research labs also, so that they know that, okay, these are the things available, what research is doing, what are the equipments available, how they do that one. So this experiential learning which we give them, maybe others are also giving, we have specific one to make sure that they get hands-on training. Other thing is that we also bring in industry experts, okay, to talk to the students and let them know what what is there in the industry, what the industry expects, and then take their feedback and include such courses also into the curriculum. So that is how we have the distinctive advantage, because we have all the infrastructure needed for giving hands-on experience to students along with their theory classes, as well as we typically call it as the domain training actually.
Okay. Earlier we were talking, and you said that if there is a new thing that comes according to the trends, it will be offered. So, how is the curriculum, designed to match to the latest trends in the industry or whatever is required?
Okay, so anyway, this is standard time and my students may not understand. We have something called board of studies actually, okay,
Okay.
which has got experts from the department, from industries, alumni, the students, as well as some senior faculty from nationally important institutions. And some of the departments even include some foreign faculty also, if they have a collaborative faculty from there. So what we do is that we have a constant feedback system, and especially we take feedback from the industrial partners and faculty, senior faculty, I said that from CFTS, centrally funded technical institutions, and at the same time, alumni, okay? Because they are the ones who are just passed out and gone to the industry. And then they know that one, okay, what is the gap in our studies or whatever in the syllabus or coursework. So with that one, we try to improve the syllabus wherever possible, and sometimes even the syllabus improvement is not possible. So what we do is that we offer a different elective. We create a new elective and say that okay, the students can take this particular elective so that you are industry ready. So that is one way of making sure that we are industry relevant. Then we have here an advantage that every faculty can include up to 20% of their classes by an industry specialist, or we typically say that a senior faculty from industry or academic institutions as a module for their syllabus. So he can say that okay, this particular module will be taught by a industry specialist. We have all that provision to give them. So almost all the faculty, especially from engineering departments, use industry experts to teach that module, which they think that is the most relevant part, which is part of the connecting between the classroom to the industry. So that is one more thing which we make sure that it is done, so that all the curriculum which we are giving to the students becomes industry relevant actually. And again, at the end, what we do is that even then, if there's a gap, okay, you know that one. It is a never-ending process of
Yes.
filling the gap, and the gap entry is there. Then we introduce something called every semester they have something called a skill course, okay, which is not fixed, saying that okay, this is the skill course. So the departments can introduce saying that okay, this is the skill course we are introducing from your second semester all the way to the sixth semester. That flexibility is also there in order to make sure that we when they have to go to the placements, if we see that there is a gap, okay, then these skill courses as well as placement training make sure that they are now industry ready.
Right. Right. So we were talking about the alumni. So what is the role that alumni play as well as the faculty? Because the faculty actually shape and the alumni actually help out. So I'd like you to give a few pointers on how the support is given.
Yeah. So any good institution is known by its faculty as well as its alumni. Okay, two people. Good faculty we should have, and we should have good achievement alumni also. So if I take alumni, we have a alumni relations office who are connected to all the alumni. Since SRMAP is brand new, see, this is our ninth year we are going. We don't have very senior alumni. Okay. But still, wherever the alumni are gone into any industries, academic institutions, or higher institutions, our alumni office is in contact with them. And as I said, all the BOS, the Board of Studies, we include alumni also to give constant feedback. Another thing which we are doing is that almost like every week or alternate week, the alumni office contacts one of the alumni working in some good industry or a company and give them an online seminar for 1 hour, so that almost all the students participate in that one. Because when alumni tell them, okay, they are their seniors, tell them that, okay, when you study, look at these points, this is what industry is looking for and all, they actually listen and they get encouraged also as well as motivated. So we have this alumni talk, which we call it as alumni talk, almost like every alternate weeks. That is the one big contribution. And whenever any function is there, we actually bring them here, allow them to meet the students. Even these talks also, whenever alumni can come and give a talk, it is very good. But you know that most of them are working in many places and they will give 1 hour or 1.5 hours. So that is how we engage our alumni to make sure that the students get their experience translated to the classrooms. And then faculty, I don't have to tell you because faculty is the core strength. Okay. And they all have been in very good institutions in the country and abroad. So they have that culture of how the students are trained by the faculty, and they take it really in the real spirit, make sure that each and every faculty is actually nurtured, mentored. Actually, we have even a very strong mentoring program also, so that they support. And that's why I said no, they actually in the first 2 years they actually attract the students saying that okay, why don't you do a small projects with me, a mini project, and invite to them their labs to show okay, these are the things. Maybe in that 6 months or 1 month or 2 months they may not do a research big project, but at least they will be attached to a PhD student, they will do something so that they get motivated. Yes, of course, like like that, the faculty offer mini projects, IDP, Europe, we call it a capstone project to make sure that the students get maximum benefit during their stay here, the best possible education.
Right. Are there any scholarships that are offered by the School of Engineering and Sciences to students who are applying?
Yes, of course. These scholarships are offered during the admission time. Okay, so admission team gives that keeps changing also because it depends upon percentage cutoff and things like that. But during the admission, there are scholarships available, and depending upon their rank, etc., they will get even full 100% fee waiver. There is 90%, 80%. There are various scholarship schemes. So the students, after getting their SRM-JE score, they should engage with the admission team, and they will guide them which scholarship they can take, and they can get it there. And the same applies to science departments also. Science departments also, most of the students are under scholarship because this is the one which the university is trying to encourage to get more and more science students. We didn't have any scholarships when they are here, but the management agreed. And this year onwards, we are going to introduce something called a merit scholarship. Depending upon what is their CGPA, every year the students will be offered, a certain number of students will be offered a scholarship like fee waiver up to 50%, 75%. So that we have introduced this year. Otherwise, the scholarships which they get during their admission continues for 4 years, but then we thought that some students come and score and they have much better academics here. So we have introduced now something called the merit scholarship from this year.
That's great. I think students can check the website for all the details of the scholarships. The details will be much more in detail then, and then they can apply for that.
Yes, sure.
Coming to placements, this is one of the biggest interests because every student asks how are the placements at the institute. So if you had to, put it in a nutshell about the placement statistics, kind of recruiters, what are the packages?
Yeah. So, placement, as far as we are concerned, see, again, when we are saying that one, okay, if you have 1,800 students or 1,500 students, all may not opt for placement because many of them go for higher studies, some people go for business, etc. So, if we are talking about the registered students for the placement, we always have, except last year, we almost became 96. Otherwise, earlier years, we had 100%. And this year we have already reached more than 70%, and we have another 4 more months to continue. So surely we are going to touch the 100% this time also. Now, the highest package typically, since as I said, ours is a new institution, we are already getting into the market slowly, slowly. We have reached up to 50 lakh, which is the highest package, but the average is very good. We have around 10 lakh. The important thing is that if you, there are good companies, we call it as dream offers or marquee and other offers. There are many students take that one, but at the same time, we have bulk recruiters also like TCS, Wipro, and other or HCL. They are also getting a placement there. May not be very high salaries, but they get placed there. Then they take it to the next step going forward. So placement at present, our situation is very good because we make sure that students, even in the core engineering department, gets placed. And another thing which we have started is called the Destination Japan, which is going on for last 2 3 years, because Japan needs lot of engineers, especially from core engineers. So what we are doing is that we are training the students in Japanese language. The only criteria they say that the student should be fluent in Japanese language. So what we do is that we have some native speaking trainers here. We train the students from second year onwards to talk in Japanese because they have the technical skills what they want, but somehow they say that they should be able to express in Japanese also. And in the last 2 years, we have placed more than 100 people in Japan, and the trend continues. Now we are trying to get into other countries like Germany also. So placement, yes, of course. 100% placement we are trying. We are almost successful every year, and very good packages, highest packages. And we are getting companies like PayPal, American Express, Amazon, Barclays, Dell, and again the bulk companies like Wipro, HCL, TCS, etc.
how are students supported in placements? Like, because they don't know really how to face. This would be the first step, or the first time they would be. So, do you have a placement cell? How does it help out?
Yes, yes. We have called a placement which we call it as a CRCS.
Mm.
That is what I said. No, this skill courses which introduced is actually for the CRCS, that's the placement cell. They can tell us saying that one, okay, this skill is the one which is needed. So we will train them from second semester onwards. And then we give them aptitude, reasoning, all these courses we start from their second semester onward so that they are more tuned towards placement if they want. Then we give them placement training. Okay, how to do that one? Mock interviews. Okay, when they go to the third year, we give them the mock interviews, and then, as I said, that company-specific training, etc., etc. In addition to the coursework which they are doing. When they come to the real placement, even we give them a revision of something called domain training, which means that whatever they have studied in the last 2 years, which also there is something called a revision, which does not belong to typically the course structure or syllabus. But we do that one because when they go for a technical interview, to remember some of the things are very important. So even we have something called a refresher in domain knowledge or domain training. So all the support is available for the student, and we are already making sure that they have to be serious, and that is why we are introducing such things from the second semester onwards, because earlier we found that when they are introduced in the last semester, suddenly they wake up and say that, oh, I am not having this, I am not having this. So we are understanding that one also, plus the communication skills. Okay, with the English department we are making sure that all the students get trained from first semester onwards, and second semester, after the second semester, they filter it and say that, okay, now we need only this student to go through further English training, and then they go through that one. So until they became communicative enough, because that is very important. The English department also helps, chips in and helps the student to make sure that their communication is proper through like classroom participation, okay, mock interviews, mock presentation, all these things they do actually. So we do everything for the student to make sure that if they are serious, if they are sincere, there will be no problem for them to get into the placement.
One of the important questions that comes these days is like AI, ML, computer science, these are very, very popular. So core engineering is not that much preferred unless the rank is not that very good. But then with the introduction of AI, ML, the traditional computer science jobs are also taking a hit. What is your take on how the core engineering is going to be in the future? Should only computer science be the popular one? What is your opinion about that?
Now, the core engineering departments actually goes through ups and downs, because suddenly see at present, if when I'm looking at a 12th standard kid or their parents, what they're thinking is that if my ward completes 4 years, whether he or she will get a job. Okay. And we have created a market in such a way that most of the jobs are in software, okay, computer related thing. So that is why there was a big boon for the computer science and engineering department and that courses, even though many of the students have no aptitude towards that computer science and engineering. Okay, because at the end of the day the job they can get it, but their profession becomes their depends upon what is their passion. Okay, many people recognize that when I don't have a passion for computer science much later, but they get into this particular area. So core engineering departments are needed, but the numbers are less at present. But for example, uh, ECE, electronics and communication engineering, always there is a requirement. So there is no problem with that one. Mechanical engineering, yes, of course, always a demand is there, but not as much as, okay, maybe the computer science department. Civil engineering and electrical engineering, now it is going a little bit down, but they will also see electrical engineering will pick up, because all the smart mobility, you need
Exactly.
electrical engineering. We used to say that when we have 100 computer science engineers, if there is no electrical engineering who knows about switching on that computer, there is no use of a computer science engineer. So that is also needed. there are many dedicated students who really want to core engineering departments, and they are also getting the jobs. It is not that they are not getting the job; they are also getting the job. But the present market is for computer science department. The shift will come because now AI is going to, I will not say remove all the jobs, reduce some sort of this type of computer science engineering student jobs, and they have to be more specialized. And then this AI is going to be applicable, applied to all the core engineering departments, because everywhere we are looking into an AI inclusion, and that is where we need more core engineers who has some sort of a training in AI as well as computer programming. So surely it is going to pick up. So if people are really aptitude in any of the core engineering department, including electronics, they look for that option. And we have an advantage here in SRM-AP is that even if they join in, for example, mechanical engineering, okay, we give them enough scope in such a way that they can take a minor in computer science and engineering. Okay, because we allow them to opt for electives, and they can opt for a minor in computer science engineering, or even a minor in electronics if he is in mechanical or civil engineering. There is no problem. So if they have an aptitude, and if they say that, okay, I didn't get CSC, they can come and take that. Or if they thought that, okay, my passion is in electrical engineering, but I want to become a AI engineer in electrical engineering at a later stage, we give them the option of choosing a minor in computer science with all these AI technologies where we taught. So surely that choice has to be made by the students, and more than that one, the parents. Okay, who should open their eyes and see what are the possibilities available, and encourage the students actually to, or the wards, to make sure that they go for core engineering also.
Right. That was very insightful, actually. Yeah. And my last question is, if you had to give a message, any message you would want to give to students and parents alike, we would be happy to convey.
Okay, so I'll say that when you are a student, maybe when you join for a professional, most of the students, but some of the students are very clear. But what we have seen is that most of the students, when they join a professional course like a B.Tech program, they are not very clear what they want to do. Okay, because they just jump out of the school, and whatever something was said by the teachers, something was said by the parents, something is sent by the or other people which they get from their peers, internet, etc. So if they have not made a goal, what I'm saying is that when you join, when you see the atmosphere in any university or college, you set a goal saying that one, this is what I want. It cannot be delayed to second year, third year, or something like that. Then they will be left behind. Irrespective of which branch they are choosing, which specialization they are choosing, okay, set a clear goal and work towards that. That is my first advice to all the students who are not very sure about what they want to do. Okay. But at the same time, with the world and technology are changing so fast, okay, they should understand where my passion lies and how to empower myself to become a part of that changing world. And again, this is more like a advice. Emerging technologies are going to disrupt the job markets. There is no doubt about that one. So if they have to progress and come to the top, then the best thing is that they should be expert in their domain. Whichever the domain they have taken, they should be the expert, because when you change from one area to the other area, if you have only skill in that particular area, you will not be easily able to adapt to the next skill. Okay, but if your core domain knowledge is very strong, it is very easy to look into the related subjects and things like that. So whenever they are here, whenever they are in the college or in the university, they should seriously concentrate on their domain knowledge acquirement. Okay, that's very important, because if you want to change the job, change anything, or go to the top, that is another thing which they have to be very careful. And whenever they have possibility, they should acquire the skills, another skills also, because as I said, we are giving skill courses. They should not think that, oh no, I don't need that one. Surely, whenever there is a chance, acquire the skills, even if they are not going to use that for their job in the immediate future. But as I said, the technologies will change and they may have to look for a new job also. And finally, they have to keep updating their knowledge. Even if they get a job, I'm saying that even if they get a job, they have to keep on updating their knowledge, because there are these days beautiful, excellent certifications are available. If you think that down the lane 3 years, I'm going to change into that field, their domain knowledge is good. Go for some certifications and make sure that you are expert in that one. So once you are confident and you are serious, you are sincere, then you don't have to look for jobs. Jobs will be looking for you. So that's my advice to all the young generation.
Thank you so much. That was very, very insightful. Actually, yes, we are not taught to plan ahead. We are not taught to have goals and all that. It is just jumping one day, one day. It's really very insightful. Thank you so much. This is a
Okay.
very nice session we had.
Nice meeting you also. Okay.